Brought to you by Harry Lynch & Co Limited, Civil Engineering Contractors.
This afternoon we're at Mains Park, Linlithgow for the Scottish Hydroelectric Bowl semi-final between Linlithgow and Dalziel. Dalziel midway up National 1, Linlithgow same position in National 2. But they've got home advantage, and in the first half they had wind advantage as well. Early on, a couple of useful looking dents by Dalziel, moving the ball out wide. Barry Turnbull knocked over by Jason Wright, and as the Dalziel boys come in, moved out again, but this time held up by the Linlithgow defence. Penalty, said referee Malcolm Gray. And, well, although it's about 7 or 8 metres inside his own half, Matt Dixon, the skipper, decided to have a go, and look at that. What a welly he gave that one to give Linlithgow the lead after 9 minutes. And even the Dugs in Linlithgow were cheering on their side. And Dalziel, of course, having to keep the ball in hand because they were in the teeth of a howling wind. And Linlithgow taking advantage of that, keeping the pressure on. And all of a sudden a bust out of defence by Stevie Finlay, popped up to John Phillips, and a great inside ball to Grant Ferguson. And all of a sudden Dalziel back into the Linlithgow half, whipped out there by Alan Watson. Inside ball to Barry Turnbull, knocked over there unceremoniously by the Linlithgow defence. Dalziel still keeping the ball alive. We ball popped forward there for Stevie Payton, but tidied up by number 8 Malcolm White. And finally, with the help of the wind, taken well out of the danger zone. Inside their own 22, and Dalziel, well, they knew that any kick downfield was going to be to Linlithgow's advantage in that wind, and desperately trying to get the ball out of the danger zone. Linlithgow keeping up the pressure though, because they knew that any little indiscretion would give them a chance of a penalty. And it came along. And this time, well, Matt Dixon didn't have to repeat the heroics of his first kick. This one was straightforward. 23 minutes gone, 6-0 to Linlithgow. And with the wind behind them, well, you just felt they maybe had to get a few more points on the board to make Dalziel have to work in the second half. But Dalziel looking to get on the board before half-time. And again it was Barry Turnbull, this time out to full-back Robert Simpson. Inside ball to Stephen Payton. And would he make it? Oh, crim, that was a dodgy-looking tackle. Knocked on there just short of the line, and the tuck judge said, no, chest-high tackle, no problem. So, knock on, says Malcolm Gray. Dalziel keeping up the pressure though. Inside the Linlithgow 22. Trundling away there. Stevie Baird. John Phillips. All lending their weight to what was a very, very impressive looking drive. And then the ball whipped out by scrum half Alan Watson. John Harris getting his line moving. Barry Turnbull. Oh, great tackle there by Graham McKenzie, saving a certain try. And just watch this one. Prop Billy Edmund. The big man doing what prop's certainly supposed to do. Terrific kick downfield over his shoulder, and now who's the first man out? Forcing Robert Simpson out towards the touchline. Yep, it was the big prop himself. Hey, that's athleticism for you from a loose head. No further scoring, and into half-time. Linlithgow 6, Dalziel 0.
Brought to you by Harry Lynch & Co Limited, Civil Engineering Contractors.
Scottish Rugby Radio is on Sky TV channel 0195 every Monday at 9 o'clock and now includes the Borders Rugby Roundup. But our website is also a one-stop shop for news and results, as well as Ron Evans Club Roundup, special interviews and lots more besides. I'm Stuart Cameron. Join me at ScottishRugbyRadio.com.
Into the second half, and the question was, had Linlithgow done enough with the wind behind them to get through to the final? Dalziel soon made their intentions clear. Crawford Reid busting away down the right-hand touchline and thought he was in for the try, looked around and the judge's flag was up. It's always going to be difficult for Linlithgow to get out of their own half, as it had been for Dalziel in the first 40 minutes. And Dalziel taking advantage, keeping the pressure on. The ball worked out to Barry Turnbull, and a big fella off his left foot once, off his left foot twice, and scorching in under the posts. The opening try of the game, and the try that could put Dalziel on their way to Murrayfield. From in front of the posts, Andy Hill, no problem with the conversion. Dalziel 1 point ahead. The wind behind them. He had to back them now. But the home side, well, they weren't going to give up this one without a fight on their own patch. But Dalziel asking serious questions. The ball out from Hill to full-back Robert Simpson. And this time, well, there was no answer to the pace of Victor Czernoski. Lovely handling move in at the corner. And 12 points to 6 to Dalziel with 20 minutes to go. That could well be a winning lead, particularly with Dalziel keeping up the pressure. And again with Czernoski almost over in the corner, cutting inside there when the try line beckoned. Great cover defence by Malcolm White for Linlithgow. Knock on short of the line, but so much of the play now down in the Linlithgow danger zone. Again the ball taken through the phases. Dalziel showing a lot of patience, setting up the move, and finally whipped back by scrum half Alan Watson. Out the line again, and Robert Simpson in the line, out to Czernoski. Couple of wee side steps into the 22, but knocked forward, tidied up by Linlithgow number 10, Ewan McDavid. And of course having to play with the ball in hand from inside their 22, but suddenly out to wing Mark Green, and what a run, well up over the halfway line, and that brought the home crowd to their feet. But a wee knock on there just on the 10-metre line, and well, that was really the last chance that the home side were going to have, because from there on in, Dalziel knew all they had to do was hang on to the ball, keep possession, and a place at Murrayfield was theirs. And they driving on, knowing this was very close to the final play. Stevie Finlay, John Phillips, all in there making it solid for Dalziel. Just making sure they kept possession, going through the phases. Scrum half Alan Watson not even bothering to kick it out, running into touch. Up goes the flag, and there goes the whistle from referee Malcolm Gray. Dalziel arms aloft. They know that they'll be at Murrayfield for the bowl final.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. Boys have worked very hard since the turn of the year. We had a very bad patch in the league, and we've worked very hard since then. We've come on leaps and bounds. It's a very young team, and there's a few of us left there who played in the Shield semi-final 4 years ago and lost rather heavily. So it's a great feeling for myself and all the boys, really. It's brilliant day.
So all credit to Linlithgow. Perhaps didn't make the best use of the wind in the first half, didn't get far enough ahead, but Dalziel, well, they'll be at Murrayfield for the final, where they'll face Preston Lodge, and that will be a cracker of a bowl final. This is Ron Evans for Scottish Rugby Television at Mains Park, Linlithgow.
Brought to you by Harry Lynch & Co Limited, Civil Engineering Contractors.